Hello everyone, welcome to Shondo's Studio. Today I'm using my Brentwood 3-in-1. All I'm going to talk about today, honestly, is toast. Because not everybody knows how to make it. So, I put my bread in there. And I allowed it to steam up. Because sometimes when it's in the bag, and you have it out, it might get firm. Or it'll still be soft. One way or another, the heat going through it is always a good thing because it allows your butter to melt. So all I'm using for this is bread and butter. If you already know how to do this, cool. If you've never done it before, or you wonder why when you toast your bread it might still be mushy and not crunchy, this might be why. So here's what I did. You can treat this as if I'm using a regular pot because technically this is hot, it's steamed, whatever, right? I toasted one side. You can hear you might also hear my bacon cooking on the other side. Don't mind that. Don't worry about that. This is for you to realize that when it's slightly toasted, you'll get that scrape going, right? So I turned it over. The soft side is now down, and this is where I want my butter to go right now, my butter. So, in order to prepare to do something like this, to make it easier, right, you can put your butter on the pan, you can put enough of it, slide your bread around on that bad boy, and you can get some of that butter going. On the other hand, you can leave your butter out, take it out before you get your bread, start toasting your bread, and the butter will handle its business, right? You see how it's basically melting on top of it now, right? Because you've toasted this side. It's not brown, where you can see it, but it's toasted. And now the butter is just gonna melt into it, just like this, right? You let the other side handle its business in order to get that crunch going, and you leave it there for a minute. Ooh, I got a little burn. But that's okay, because I got kitchen fingers, so I'm back for more. Yes, give me more kitchen fingers. Anyway, so now I know that the other side is toasted, right? It got that little firm thing going on. I'm going to let this happen. And this is going to toast. For the fact that I'm using the Brentwood 3-in-1, when you close it, not only does it cook from both sides, the steam in between that allows it to do that makes the stuff like puff out. Because it's in an intense heat right away. So leaving it open makes it cook just like you cook your stuff on the stove. Okay? I hope that makes sense. It's just like when you're grilling on a grill outside or a Foreman grill on your stove or on your counter, whatever. When you close it, it's doing a full 360, right? Which means it's focusing on both sides and not just on one. And with something like bread, it'll basically still be soft. Toasted here, soft there, blah blah blah, but it's not a full crunch. I want my full crunch. I want my butter to go in my bread. I want it all to be toasted, and my daughter does too. So there's that, right? Do you see that little brown is coming in? I just wanted to show you. It's not ready, but there it is. So we're gonna leave that there, and that's how we're gonna rock out. Right? So this is how you can get your crunchy toast. And that's it. You want to get fancy, you can add other stuff. Crush you some garlic, swirl in the butter, maybe heat it in the microwave 10-20 seconds at a time because you don't want it popping all over your microwave. Or get you some, crush your garlic, put your butter in a little tiny pot, swirl, dip your bread in it, toast. But I always suggest toasting your bread before you add the stuff, and then you do a retoast like I did on the other side, right? And that will get you exactly what you're looking for. On the other hand, if you're into using your oven, and making a whole bunch of bread at the same time, you know, my suggestion still is you put your bread on a cooking sheet, on your pan. You might want to grease it just in case. Add all your ingredients that you have, that you want, in a bowl. Throw your bread in the oven. Let it toast for about 5 minutes or so. Make sure you preheat your oven, right? So it's already hot. I always suggest putting your pan or dishes or pots in the stove before you use it. So when you put your stuff in there, it's hot already. Because a cold pan means it needs time to heat up, even though the oven is hot, and that adds time onto your stuff. So heat your pan, take it out, throw in your bread, heat that up 5 minutes, throw your butter on, whatever ingredients you're going to put on your bread, throw that in the oven. Probably give it about 5 more minutes, right? But you need to watch it because you don't want it to be crispy, crunchy unless you're into that. And then you watch it so it can be the brown toasty that you need. Boom, done. Cool down. Bread. Boom, boom, bang, bang, done. Right? Right. Okay. I gotta check the bacon. Give me a second. I'll be back to the bread. Alright, so we done over here. And considering I use my bacon grease for everything, this is helpful. Right? Toasted. Delicious. Right? I'm only letting the other side get a little heat. And technically, this is done. So let me show you. Of course, I could use a knife, but, you know. So I don't want it to be crazy crunchy towards you think you're eating crunchy cereal, right? But I do want it to be crunchy that when you bite into it, it gives you what you need. Because we eat toast for the butter and for the crunch. I don't want it to feel like a soft sandwich. That's all I'm saying. So, if this is it for you, that's great, because this is all I'm going to be doing. I just wanted to show you this because everyone doesn't know how to do it, or they got questions as to why this doesn't work out for them sometimes, right? And as much as I know how to do it, it happens to me too, and I got to be like, alright, slow down, you know? And that's it. You go to the restaurant, they put your bread in a toaster, it comes out, they slap butter on it, they give it to you. Sometimes they put butter on the bread, then they toast it, and it's toasted bread with a soft white butter area. You know? So, yeah. I'm no expert, but at home, this is what I do. Alright, everyone. Have a good one. Yeah, it's still recording. The bread ain't done, so I'm gonna let it go. Meanwhile, I gotta make sure this bacon good though.